Brandy has 278 stamps. Jane has 64 stamps more than Brandy. Sam and Jane have 500 stamps all together. How many stamps does Sam have? So this problem at first may seem pretty complicated, so our first step is to get down all the information we can in our bar model. I know that I have three people, Brandy, Jane, and Sam. And I'm going to be comparing three different amounts. So I'm going to make a bar for Brandy, Jane, and Sam. I'm told that Brandy has 278 stamps. So I can go ahead and draw a bar for Brandy and label my total for that bar 278. I'm also told that Jane has 64 stamps more than Brandy. So if Jane has more than Brandy, Jane's bar is going to be longer. How much longer? We're told 64 stamps longer. So I will label my 64. The next piece of information I'm told is that Sam and Jane have 500 stamps all together. So we have Sam's bar that will be here and Jane's bar here. I know that together, Sam and Jane are going to have 500 stamps. So we labeled any totals on the side. I know that Jan has 278 stamps plus 64 stamps. So Sam's bar is going to have to be smaller than Jan's for the total to be 500 stamps. Now I want to find how many stamps does Sam have. So that is my question mark. In order to solve this problem, I first have to find out how many stamps Jane has. I can find that out by adding 278 plus 64. Again, this comes back to recognizing that Brandy's bar here is the same as Jane's bar up to here. But Jane has 64 more, so we're going to add 64 to 278. And we get 342. Now that's Jane's total. I know that Jane and Sam together have 500 stamps. So if I want to find out how many Sam has, what do I have to do? I have to take my total of 500 stamps, since that's the total for just Jan and, I keep saying Jan, I mean Jane. Since that is the total for just Jane and Sam, and I have to subtract Jane's total, which is 342. The result is that I will be left with Sam's amount. So I end up with 158 stamps. So I have to cross out my question mark and write in 158 for Sam. My last step is to write that into the sentence. Okay, this is the last problem in your workbook. Mrs. Peter baked 156 fruit pies for a fruit fair. She sold them in boxes containing 12 fruit pies each. Each box cost $18. How much money did she collect? I wrote my sentence down on the bottom. I want to find out how much she collected. My first step is going to be to figure out how many boxes she had. I'm told that she had 156 fruit pies. And I know that she sold them in boxes containing 12 fruit pies in each. However, I don't know the number of boxes. So my first step is going to be to figure that out. So the total number of pies she has is 156. I know that she has 12 fruit pies in each box. And this is an example of a division bar model where I don't know the number of parts. I don't know the number of boxes yet. In order to find out the number of boxes, I have to take the total number of fruit pies, 156, and I have to divide that by 12 because I want to find out how many groups of 12 I can make with 156 fruit pies. 12 goes into 15 one time. I multiply and subtract, bring down my 6. 12 goes into 36 3 times. And I'm going to subtract, and I have no remainder. That means that I'm going to be able to make, or Mrs. Peters is going to be able to make 13 boxes of 12 fruit pies each. So now I'm going to be able to draw the bar model that will contain my question mark and the total amount of money she was able to collect. I know that she was able to make 13 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I know that each box is $18. So this bar model is showing money. The first bar model we did up here was showing the number of fruit pies and the number of boxes. This is our second bar model that is telling us the total amount of money she collected. So I know that I have 13 boxes. And she sells those 13 boxes for $18 each. I'm going to need to multiply those together to find out the total amount of money that she collected. So now I'm going to multiply. 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. I'm going to add my placeholder, or a 0 if you'd like, since now we're multiplying 110 times 13. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And I've got to make sure I add these together. $234. Now this is $234 that Mrs. Peter was able to make by selling 13 boxes of fruit pies at $18 each. So she collected $234.